Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show. And today is this. We, I thought there would be blood in the streets, and yes, there was, but also there was some great recovery from the SPY, a bit of a push from Bitcoin, and a few other trades there. We're going to look at SPY and Bitcoin, a couple other trades as well. We're going to talk about, is this the boom before the gloom? Is this a fake out before a shakeout? There, I'm going to look at a couple of warning signs there and a whole bunch more. Before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people, and I appreciate the comments that you take the time to write. It does help support the channel. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification, and you will get the daily updates there. So let's jump straight into the SPY as we always do. Now, we did have that weekly close, that weekly candle came and closed below the 9 EMA on the weekly. And we know the last time that happened was about a year ago in February, and we saw quite a big move to the downside. And historically, when there has been two consecutive candle closes below the 9 EMA on the weekly, we do see further downside. That level right now is about 686. Now, we're currently sitting at 685. We're not far away from the market close at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, not too far away from there. You'll be watching this a little later, and that's really what we needs to happen. Incredible, really. As I've kept saying over and over, you can always go long off the 100-day moving average. Long here, it came down. It did hit the 20 EMA on the weekly and then shot back up. That's where you take that trade to the upside, and that would have been a beautiful move. Long above, short below, and that's a key level there. I do think on Friday, if we do close 686, that I do think we're going to come down and likely test down in these lower areas here, probably the 200-day moving average there. That would be my best guess at the moment, but we'll see what happens on Friday. We'll see what the market is looking like. Obviously, the conflict between the USA and Iran has created this volatility here. I'm not going to go too much into all of that. The geopolitical event that caused a big sell-off overnight and in the pre-market, but we saw this nice bounce. How long can this bounce for? And is this just going to be a little bit of a false dawn is what we're asking. So let's keep an eye on this level. This is the key level to hold, 681. Because if we can hold this level, we know that that's not too far away. And if we get a shoot back above this, so really this is the level we need to hold before Friday. And then this is the level we need to hold for Friday there. And those are your levels that you have both to the upside and the downside. And of course, if we break above 686, you can go long above to 689 and 694, 697, 700, and short below to 678 and 674. The big concern is if we really do lose, see this level here at 678, there is a bit of a cliff here. There's not a whole lot there of support built, and this is why I think this could at some point come down into this area. But also this could be a little bit later as well. We had that usual on a midterm election year, we had that mid-year slump through to the end of September, and so we could see quite a significant drop. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's some good levels for you there. Bitcoin, here we go. Very easy trade on the 9 EMA. Boom, you get in. That was just about 66,000. It was a little lower earlier, and about 60. And then, of course, a second entry would have been here at 68,500. So if we do come back and retest that level, that could be an area to get in, and we could push back up to the $74,000 level. Although I'm sure that, yeah, the 9 EMA on the weekly is slowly coming down, as is the 50-day moving average there. You got to be careful because this still is bear flagging. We don't really have that really big move. This has been a big capitulation to the downside. Although, look, unless there are a lot more people that go long, there's not a lot of liquidity below short. I explain that so much in my videos, how we follow the yellow brick road. And we just didn't see a lot of liquidity there. If you wonder what I'm talking about, that's okay. Watch some of my earlier videos on how leverage does really drive the Bitcoin price, and there is just not a huge amount below. We'd really have to see a big sell-off of the ETFs to start to push price down. So I am optimistically hoping for a bigger move to the upside. There is more liquidity upside. And let's see what happens there with Bitcoin. But it's very easy. Short below 68,500. And if it loses 66,900, again, short. You can play it to the downside, to the upside. It's trading in a nice little range here between 62 and about 70,000. You can go short and long just in this nice range here, but be careful. This is a bear flag. And if we were to lose this level, there would be a significant drop to the downside here, which takes me around to where I think we'll get to in the bear market, probably around those mid to lower 40s there is my best estimate at the moment. That's all it is, because I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Now, ONS has been one of the stocks that we have traded with such success, and we took another trade in the live trade session this morning. I gave the trade at $10.70. I think it was about $10.75, or maybe it was $10.78. And look at this trade to the upside. Absolutely incredible. Huge move to the upside. And then, of course, down it came. And that's why you see profit and you take profit there, because otherwise you end up losing the profit there. And that's not what you want to do there at all. And actually, even when it came down, I actually caught off this candle and it popped up. And there was a second bite of the cherry there. Not as big a bite as this one here, but it was still nice and decent there. And then you're just in 1, 2, and done. You don't try and push your luck on it, especially we don't want to try and catch a falling knife as it comes down there. You just let it come down and then you wait for a reversal. And this has always been a good one. They've got earnings coming up as well. So there's the earnings coming up later in this month here. And so I do still see some volatility here. And this is where we trade. Look at these wicks here. You can trade this huge volatility up and down. This can be an incredible one to swing or scalp there. And as you can see, we caught that beautiful wick this morning. Absolutely fantastic here. I will show you the receipts for that, so you know. There it is there. Break at 1073. The 50-day moving average at the time was at 1073. Now it's at 1078. The target was $11.70. It absolutely smashed through there, by the way. Look at that, hit that target. And so what I'll be looking for again to take this trade is one, the tribal trades trend line, one trend line to rule them all. Look how accurate this trend line is. Can't get across, can't get across. And look, it's back below the trend line. So any break of this trend line sitting about 1057, tomorrow it's going to be about 1050, and the next day it's going to be $10.40, and so on if it stays underneath it. But once it breaks out, you see what happened, explosive move. You could also take it there at $10.78, or the 50-day moving average, wherever that happens to be at the time. And I do really like taking this on the way up. So ONS is still, look, I'm holding this as a long-term play there, but also I'm happy to scalp it like we did today, and also for the earnings play, because I do feel that they might get an earnings beat on this one. I don't hold it through to the actual day of earnings. I'll sell before they release the earnings. I don't want to get caught in the the flip of a coin. Even some earnings plays have absolutely crashed down. So you just never know. But this could have a bit of a run up before earnings, that I want to be a part of that. However, we can't get above this trend line there. There's not going to be much of a play there. But I still am a long-term holder and believer of ONS. And speaking of the scalping that we did this morning, we had a wonderful, wonderful session here. Just incredible. BATL HMC. Where is it here? Incredible this morning. Yeah, here we are. HYMC, BATL, and KTOS with the trades that April gave. Incredible crown trader in the Tribal Trades Discord. We traded with her this morning, and look at these wins here. This was about a 9% gainer here. This was about a 7%er. And this one over here, we'd take a while. We didn't catch this. This was early. She may have caught this, but the one that we was given in the live trade there, absolute massive gainer there of like 41%. Let me just check the levels that she gave here. I want to make sure I get this right here. Yeah, entry down here around $8 to $10 that she had the entry there, and absolutely nailed it. Because have a look at this here. There it came down exactly into her entry zone, and look at where it hit, $13, and that was the technical target that she gave there at 8 a.m. this morning. Absolutely incredible. Look at that. Absolutely accurate there. And of course, the win rate of the Tribal Trades Discord still just sits across all of our wonderful scalping, weekly swing plays, our earnings plays, our yearly stock plays. Sits at around 90% there. And we have 3 trading sessions every single week, at least 3 trading sessions every single week. Where you're able to come and live trade and take swing plays setups, earnings setups, our yearly training. Absolutely incredible. Here is the Tribal Trades Discord. Lots of channels there. I'm not going to go into great detail through there, but you can see all the incredible channels that we have. At the moment, the Tribal Trades Discord is closed. We'll look to open it most likely at Easter, and then again just for a couple of days, and then again a Memorial weekend, probably for a couple of days as well. But if you get on the wait list, you can get early access. Okay, you can get early access to the Tribal Trades Discord. And that's because if someone's not able to renew their subscription or doesn't renew their subscription, people get moved from the waitlist into the Tribal Trades Discord a whole lot sooner. And so, how do you do that? How do you get on the wait list? And look, I wore red in anticipation of a bit of a bloody time in the markets. And actually, it turned out to be a lot stronger than what I thought it was going to do. But below in the description of this video, there is a link. You can click on that link. It'll open up the wait list. The big question I always get asked is, when do I get charged? You have to add your card details. Your credit card details get added so you can reserve your place in the waitlist, but you won't get charged until you get added to the Tribal Trades Discord. So if that's Easter, you're not going to get charged till Easter. If you get moved into the Tribal Trades Discord before Easter, of course, then you will do so. And there's no lock-in whatsoever. It's just a month-to-month subscription. You get both Tribal Trades indicators. We've got more indicators in development. We've got a whole bunch more planned. It's just a one size fits all. You pay one and you get all access to the Discord and the indicators and everything involved there, the live trading sessions, and of course the Tribal Trades trading system, the trading course that we use that produces such a high win rate there. Okay, so that's everything that I get asked. And of course, if you do get added early, that's because you got on the wait list early. If you wait till Easter, then you're having to wait till Easter to get added to the Tribal Trades Discord. At some point, also, we are going to close the Discord for good. The whole quality over quantity, because I want to make sure that I can reply to every single person and help every single person in the Discord. That's why we close it periodically, to be able to maintain the standard so I can give you the absolute best education and entertainment. Okay, so that's what it's about. So at some point we're going to be full, and it will be closed for good, and the only way you can get in is just wait on the wait list and just hope somebody drops off there to get a space. I would anticipate that will happen sometime this year. We will look to close the Tribal Trades Discord for good. Maybe not this year, maybe next year. I don't know. I cannot anticipate. It's like trading. You can't anticipate these things, but I do want to let you know the long-term goal of the Discord and why we have it set up the way that it is. All right, well, that's all we have time for today. So until the next episode, or until I see you on the Discord, happy trading.